What's up, you guys? This is Trez. Welcome back to the Horrible Show. How you doing? Like I said, allow myself to introduce myself. My name is Trez. We're a Casa de Lazy Eyes and Deaf Dog. What's up? What's going on? How you doing? What's up? What's up? What's up? I got me an iced coffee, extra ice after your coffee. And I've been really getting into this one band. Me and Keeks just came back from a walk. I've been really getting into this band called Metallica. These guys rule, man. But the only, so I got the Amazon Music Unlimited, and I did the Metallica playlist. And the only thing is that when the dude sings, it's like everything he says is spicy, and he can't get it out. It's like, and the memory remains. Ah. He does the every time. It's like, God damn, these words are spicy. I can't get them out. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me zappa, zappa, zappa. Ooh. And he says ooh a lot, too. But yeah, check them out. Metallica, something like that. They're good. And we're gonna be doing that all the show. So we got the horror. I'm a little late to the show. The horror 20 for 20, 20 sequels for 20. I gotta pick them out. I didn't even pick them out yet. Might have to stop this camera and pick them up. But yeah, let me do that. All right, recorded most of that upside down, like an idiot. But I don't care. I've been working on my chops, man. Like I'm pretty sure I can break bones, you know. I'm pretty sure I chopped like 2 phone books yesterday. But yeah, man, what's going on with you guys? I missed you. I got places I gotta be somewhere tonight. But I just wanted to talk to you guys. I wanted to give a I'm pretty sure it's Joe the Horror Man and Horrific Nightmares Jam. If I mess that up, I am so sorry. Listen, let's have a heart to heart. I'm so scatterbrained and I can't remember anything. This is I feel like I'm in a therapy session. I cannot remember anything. If it's not Joe the Horror Man, if that's not you, I love you and I'm sorry. Sorry, we got a little deep there. I will pay you guys later for that little therapy session. But that's what this is. This is therapy, y'all. Let's talk about sequels, for God's sakes. Let me stop rambling. Let's talk about some sequels, man.
Ooh, I'm creeping death.
Yeah. Wherever I may roam. All right. God, I love that. Great band. They're a new band, too, I think. They came out in the 80s. This is Exorcist III. I'm a little late to the Exorcist III party, you guys. I watched the original when I was a kid, and I loved it a lot. And then I heard the sequels were a little lackluster. So it took me until about probably like 3 or 4 years ago. I found the Exorcist III VHS tape at a Goodwill, and I actually had a VHS set up, and I watched it, and I was freaking blown away, dude. It is such a cool detective story. One, I feel like it has one of the best scares in cinema of all time. And if I was a filmmaker, I would steal it. Holy shnikes, I would steal it. And I'll tell you guys my favorite. If they got some good scares, I'll tell you my favorite scares out of here. And none of these movies are in particular order, but except for the last one. But so I believe this is number 20, Exorcist III theatrical. I don't mess with the director's cut, man. Dr. Sleep. What can we say that hasn't been said about Mike Flanagan? I feel like he came out the gate with some amazing movies. Oculus, Dr. Sleep, The Haunting of Hill House, even Before I Wake, which I believe was going to get a theatrical release, and it didn't. I remember watching a bootleg copy of that when it first came out. I even liked that, man. Thought it was cool. I think he is... Hush. I forgot about Hush. I think he's at the top of his game. And I think we, as a horror community, need to start making lists of the new horror masters of horror. And I believe Mike Flanagan's on there. And I believe I watched The Invisible Man the other day. I believe Lee Wynell is on there, along with James Wan. Because I feel like it's been long enough for us to start creating a list of the new masters of horror. Because we had Tobe Hooper that passed, we had Wes Craven that passed, and a lot of our, I feel like I'm gonna say I hate to speak on behalf of anybody else, but a lot of our favorite directors have stopped making movies. You know, they're enjoying the later years of their lives without having to put up with bull-ish. John Carpenter's making albums, man, and he's making some really cool synth stuff. God, I'm getting rambling. Why? Why are you letting me do this? Here, I got another one for you. Love that Metallica. Wait, that's a little bit like Metallica, but that's not Metallica.
Ooh, I burn. Cook some freaking chicken. Take a poop, loose and clean. God, there's traffic.
James Cameron's Aliens. I think that the creatures created by H.I. Geiger are the scariest things in film. If you were going to ask me, like, what scares me the most out of any, it's not zombies, it's not Freddy or Jason, which are equally scary. I would say Freddy over Jason just because, you know, everybody's got to sleep, but these are the most horrifying creatures I feel like in cinema. And there's no way I would survive at all. I think James Cameron is the master of sequels. I'd love to see what he does with Avatar, because Terminator 2, Aliens, Piranha 2. No, I don't know. I've never seen Piranha 2, so I can't speak on behalf of that. I don't really think he had really all that much director control on that. Bride of ReAnimator. I love Bride of ReAnimator. Brian Yunta, if I'm saying his name, Brian Junta. I'm thinking of a Fish record. But I think Bride of ReAnimator is, I don't think it's as good as ReAnimator, but I love seeing the characters return. I love that they got the two that starred in the original back, because a lot of time in the sequels you can't get that. And I love this umbrella release. It's got Bride of ReAnimator and it's got Beyond ReAnimator. So I'm going to just go ahead and say that real quick. Same thing around my neck. It's so spicy. The things that he says, it's like he needs like short hair like to there and like a goatee. I wonder if they'll ever play with the symphony. Hellbound. I jacked that up. Hellbound, Hellraiser 2. I love how they expanded the mythos. I love a sequel that I love. The older I get, I love movies that kind of make me think way more, because I don't think that much during my normal day. You know what I'm saying? I need to get my brain working. Like I think, but it's not great. You know? Because I need things like Leviathan to really make me like think about the cosmos and think about things that are out of bounds and think of things that are on beyond realms, beyond universes. And I feel like that's a big thing that the It remake didn't brush upon, because I want to say like the Leviathan in Hellbound Hellraiser 2 is a little bit like how it is the creature It in the book. They have to go beyond the realm of time and space and sanity to kind of defeat, which is kind of crazy. I'll always recommend that book, at least the battle between the kids and as adults. I'll always recommend that. 28 weeks later. I know this is 28 days later, but I don't have the case for 28.
Rolling in the deep.
Oh shit, that's Adelaide. So, two extremely different movies. I know they deal with the same virus, the same rage and stuff like that, but I feel like they're really, really different movies. I feel like they're shot differently. I believe one is definitely a little bit more action oriented, but I believe 28 Weeks Later is right at the beginning when you see the dude leave his freaking wife, bro. I think it's intense, and I don't think it really lets up all that much. You got the scenes with the kids, of course, in the beginning, but after that, you know, what's a movie without kids being extra stupid and doing a whole bunch of crap they're not supposed to? That I don't think kids really do in real life that much. Maybe they do. It's been a while since I've been a kid. Final Destination 2. Every time I see a log truck, there's this little thing that happens in the pit of my stomach, and then like in the nether region, like I'm about to poop my pants, and it's from this movie. Every time I see a log truck, I don't. Regardless of how your movie is, if there's something that you associate with something else, like if I associate this movie with every time I see a log truck, you know they did something right. So I got to give it to them. And I love the kills. I think this movie is arguably better than the original, but hey, I know a lot of people are gonna kind of fight me on that. But Ronnie, don't you get your ass fired. Cantaloupe, watermelon, what? I love this movie. I love LL Cool J in this movie. If I could have a movie of just Ronnie talking to his wife on the phone, that's all. I will watch it every day for the rest of my life. That and then Deep Blue Sea over and over again. Because my head is like shark's fin. I love this movie. I've seen Halloween H2O arguably more times than I've seen the original. And I've seen the original probably about 5 million times. This movie was amazing in the movie theater. It was action-packed. The only thing that's weird with this movie is the mask. I don't know if you've seen documentaries on it or anything like that, but the mask is, at one point, it's CGI. There's like 15 different masks in this movie. Every time I watch a Halloween movie and I want to watch some bonus material on it, I really wish the people that did Crystal Lake Memories and the Elm Street Legacy, what the hell is that called? Never Sleep Again. I really wish they would do one on Halloween, man. Like, what are you guys waiting for? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? And then there's so many different ways that you can watch Halloween now. You can watch them in so many different orders now, or you can just watch Halloween 3 by itself. There's no wrong way to do it. Lamberto Bava, Dario Argento, Demons 2. Arguably less good. I'm going to just say, I can't speak English, so I'm going to say less good. Less gooder than the original Demons, because I love movie theater movies, you know. But I love apartment movies too, you know. If I ever lived in a high-rise apartment, I would always be freaking out about this movie. This movie and then Poltergeist 3, you know. But I love this Simnats release. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. I love gory creature monster movies. And I think, regardless if you're watching horror movies to laugh, like honestly, I think a lot of us do that too, or to be scared, I think this one kind of has you on both camps. So I've really enjoyed this movie, and I haven't watched this movie in a while. So I might pop this bad boy in sometime soon. We already talked about Hellraiser. Insidious Chapter 2. I love movies that are immediately after the original. So the original Halloween 2 and Insidious Chapter 2, because I like to do double features, you know. So what's better than having something that happens immediate? I guess you could do that with the Thing prequel, because that happens pretty much immediately. But the Thing prequel is a little hit or miss. It's up to you guys. I'll let you guys decide that. When it comes to be at the soothing light in the old tunnel, and nothing else matters. I didn't even talk about this one. All right, so James Wan and Lee Whannell return for Insidious Chapter 2, and I love the Bride in Black. I love the lipstick face demon. I love everything about this franchise. Honestly, the fourth one's a little hit or miss for people, but let's talk about Lee Whannell. Let's talk about him crushing some movies lately. I think him as a tag team partner with James Wan is fantastic, and I think the movies that he's doing, I think Insidious Chapter 3 was great. I think Upgrade was really good for the sophomore movie, and I thought Invisible Man pretty much knocked it out of the park. Because he's probably, in his 40s? So he's got a good 20 years if he wants to keep on putting... I hate to just put a timeline on people, but I'm trying to be realistic about it. He's probably got a good 20 years. If he pops out a movie every 4 years, we could have a really good filmography from Lee Whannell. And if James Wan ever comes back to horror, stops doing Aquaman movies, I'm sorry, but dude, Aquaman, it was okay, but it was an origin story. Alright, Aquaman was overrated. I think it was, it's a good superhero movie, but dude, James Wan, you belong in horror, dude. Hashtag that. A Nightmare on Elm Street 3. I love this movie. I don't know whether it's nostalgia. I think a lot of people are torn between A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, and Wes Craven's New Nightmare. But I have to be team Nightmare on Elm Street 3 just because the sheer amount of times that I've watched this movie. There are a handful of movies growing up that I owned on VHS that there was nothing else better to do than just watch them religiously. I will say I've seen Scream, Scream 2, A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Thing, Evil Dead, the original Evil Dead, not the sequel actually, but we're gonna be getting to that. But there's Halloween H2O, because I owned all these movies. I didn't own the original Halloween until later, but I had seen it a lot. But I owned H2O because I got it as a Christmas gift. Mortal Kombat, stuff like that. The original Mortal Kombat. But this movie still means a lot to me. I'm gonna do my own video on this where we really take a deep dive because it's important. But yeah, there's something about a sequel to where you take the original characters and then the characters that you know and love, and then you both add to the mythos, and then you create something arguably better than the original that stands the test of time just as much. And I think A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 and even A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, even though I really wish with Mark Patton, I really wish they would kind of, I wish they would have explained the Jesse thing later on. They kind of just forgot about him. I wish they would have brought him up in another sequel. Like, come on, let's talk about Evil Dead 2. So they didn't have any of the rights to Evil Dead 1 when they created Evil Dead 2. So that's why it almost looks like the first 15 minutes are like a remake of Evil Dead 1. And that, growing up, that was a little off-putting. I remember my dad was like, dude, I love Evil Dead. I love Evil Dead 2, but what the hell is with the beginning of Evil Dead 2? Like, why did they kind of remake the first Evil Dead in Evil Dead 2? And so that was the reason, honestly. And I love all the special features on this Evil Dead 25th anniversary. You can get this one dirt cheap now. I don't know if they're gonna. I would love a special edition, like super special. Like if Arrow got the rights to this. I need to upgrade to 4K and pick these up 4K because I hear they're pretty good as well. But yeah, you can't beat Bruce Campbell playing Ash Williams. I love everything he touches. I love Ash vs. the Evil Dead. I love Army of Darkness. I can't say I'm still a fan of the original Evil Dead more because I like being scared, and it legitly scared me when I Day of the Dead. What can be said about Day of the Dead these days that people don't know about, you know? Even, what is it, Stranger Things, Stranger Things Season 3? It has a whole tribute even to the soundtrack. It's a tribute to one of my favorite parts is the opening to Day of the Dead. When she's looking at the calendar. And I thought immediately after I watched Stranger Things Season 3, I watched Day of the Dead because it put me in the vibe. It put me in the mood. There's something so special about the first 3 George Romero zombie movies. Each one is arguably a masterpiece and is arguably a masterclass on the genre film. And a lot of people say Joe Pilato, who plays Rhodes in this, is a little over the top, but I thought he played an amazing madman. And I can't say enough good things about this. These movies were so fundamentally important to me when I was growing. Master. Right, in honor of Metallica and in honor of our honorable mentions, let's do a little drum roll for the honorable mentions. There's just 2, but Chocolate, it burns when I pee, can't fit in my jeans. Buy me a crunch wrap. The Beyond. This is my favorite. I actually like City of the Living Dead the least out of the Gates of Hell trilogy. I don't know why. I think it's the strangest out of all of them, and I think it was a little off-putting to me at first. But I'm gonna have a day where I sit down and watch all three of them again. So I got The Beyond at number 1, House by the Cemetery number 2, and then City of the Living Dead at number 3. So that's honorable mention. The World's End. This movie is really divisive, decisive, divisive. It divides people. It makes people hate each other when they talk about it. Jesus, people are mean as hell. I've always loved this movie. I saw this movie with my brother in the movie theater. It holds a special place in my heart. I think, no, it's not as funny as the first two, Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, but I feel like there's a special meaning about living in nostalgia and kind of living in the past that that I think people really get caught up. Like sometimes you'll hear songs on the radio. I'm sorry to get sentimental with you right now, but let's really talk about this right now, y'all. What is it? The John Cougar Mellencamp. Hold on to 16 as long as you can. Jack and Diane song. I don't know. I listen to the classic rock station a lot. But there's something about living in nostalgia. Nostalgia is a place that you visit. It's not a house that you build and live, right? So I feel like we have to keep on moving on, you guys. We have to keep on, even if times are down and if we're feeling sad. We gotta keep on moving for the sake of progress. We gotta keep on doing whatever we gotta do. That is the worst life encouragement ever. But life's a garden, man. Dig it. You know, you gotta keep on doing it. But I think this one has a really good message, and yeah, that's the honorable mentions. Creepshow 2. I'd love to do a double feature of the first two Creepshows because the first Creepshow, I feel like it doesn't give me enough. I feel like this one is the perfect anthology double feature for me. It hits all the right notes. It hits all the right flavors. It tastes good. They taste good together, and I feel like separately they're missing something. They need a little extra salt. You know what I'm saying? Like salty, fried, delicious. Well, this one seems shorter just because it's the 3 stories. The dude that keeps on messing with his hair, and that's all about his hair. What a guy. He is so nice in these movies. But yeah, I love Creepshow 2. I'm gonna try to wrap this up. We're getting a little lengthy. It's getting a little lengthy. Sleepaway Camp 2. Alright, so what they did here, they took a classic slasher movie with a suspenseful ending that, for God's sakes, if nobody spoiled it, they didn't see it coming. Holy crap, yeah. I remember I had the original Sleepaway Camp ending spoiled for me. I don't know if you guys have. Put that in the comments. Did you guys see Sleepaway Camp clean slate, or was it spoiled? And what did you think? Insert penis joke. Here. Insert penis joke. I can't even. No pun intended on that. Good Lord. Let's stop. Sleepaway Camp 2. So they took the original movie, which is completely a classic, and they made they took 2 sequels that are tongue-in-cheek. They're schlocky, but they're a lot of fun. They're bloody. They're just I argue I like the second one better, but I think a lot of people say that, but I think Pamela Springsteen does a great job of taking that camping. So you got your Friday the 13th vibes, you got your Burning vibes, and I think she just takes the character and runs with it, and then it seems like 2 different movie series, but I think they're just fantastic. All right, so in the same vein as The Beyond, I know that was an honorable mention, but I love the first 2 movies of the Three Mothers trilogy. I still haven't seen Mother of Tears because everybody I talked to that has watched it said it is so heartbreakingly bad compared to the first two, and I don't want to have my heart broken. I've had my heart broken so many times, y'all, so many times that I can't dare to mend it again. This is Inferno, and I love the music. Keith Emerson from Emerson, Lake and Palmer does the soundtrack to this. So, what the fact that Dario Argento created Suspiria, the vivid colors, you got the Goblin soundtrack, you got Jessica Harper in this weird non-linear witch story that's like Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. It's like Alice in Wonderland. It's crazy. The direction, the brutality, the art house, serial killing witch, rain vibes, like everything about Suspiria is crazy. And then you have Inferno, which is a little bit more downplayed. The colors are still bright. I don't know how he used primary colors but made it softer. There's a little bit more of a bluish tint to this. I love the movie. I love the soundtrack. And I will never watch Mother of Tears because it's gonna bring a tear. It's all like, it's sad but true. All right, so you guys pick your favorites. So arguably, just like how we were talking about A Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween, you could say Nightmare on Elm Street 2, 3, New Nightmare. I could do Friday the 13th Part 2, 3, 4. I love number 5. I think it's sleazy. I think it's a great slasher movie, even though it's not Jason. Part 6, Freddy vs. Jason. You know, you can't go wrong either way. All right, so let's talk about A New Beginning. Let's talk about Part 5. So when it comes to horror movies, you really want suspense, right? I like suspense, and without failure, every time I see the very beginning where it's like, is his name Joey? Yeah, with the chocolate bar, he was like, forget it, Vic, you're really out of line. I'm like, he's gonna hit him with the fucking axe. He's gonna hit him right in the face. And I was like, the first time I watched it, I was like, dude, Vic is unhinged, bro. He's gonna kill this kid with the axe, and then he freaking smokes him with the axe. And I feel in my stomach every time I watch that part. I'm like, dude, it might be the best part of suspense in the whole movie. Is like he's hitting the wood with the axe, dude's waving the candy bar around. They're putting up the laundry. Like, something's got to be said for that. Do you guys know what I'm saying? Something's got to be said for that. Like, every time I watch it, I still feel the same way. I feel it gives me anxiety, you know. Either way, he smoked him with that axe, though, right? Fortune, fame. Oh man. Dawn of the Dead. This is number 1, y'all. You've made it through the marathon. You've made it through the King Nothings and the For Whom the Bell Tolls and everything else. You made it through. Dawn of the Dead. Classic, George Romero. It's my favorite movie of all time. My obsession for this runs deep. And you might be asking yourself, did I pre-order the 4K version of Dawn of the Dead? I did not. The limited edition, I own all the soundtracks to it, the library soundtracks. I'm sure the booklet's going to be pretty cool. I might get it secondhand, but it's expensive, $100, man. That's just like, here, I was going to go into another rambly bit, but I'm going to cut it off. But did you guys hear that, just real quick, that video games like the PS5 and the Xbox, whatever they're going to call that, they're going to be $70 a game. They're going to move up from $60 a game to $70 a game for the physical release. And I think that's madness, dudes. I'm a physical media collector. I love collecting it, but dude, we got bills to pay. We don't know what the coronavirus, we don't know if it's going to come back, man. You know, so all these things, like people really hawking the price, hiking the price up. I can't talk. I don't know English, is really making little things that we enjoy harder to do. I feel like people are gonna start bootlegging these movies a little bit more, the more expensive they become. But I don't know. I think that's just my 2 cents on it. But yeah, Dawn of the Dead. I own the Ultimate Edition DVDs on this, and I'm feeling pretty happy. Unless I can get the new box set from Second Sight, if I can get it pretty cheap, I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna see if somebody, for God's sakes, buys the rights for the United States, and maybe somebody like Scream Factory will put it out. That's what I'm hoping on, and then we can get it for like $50 instead of $100, and even, who knows? Maybe Criterion will put it out. Who knows? And then it'll be $1,000 because they're overpriced. All right, you guys. I think we made it. We made it. You know, we made it through all of our sequels. You guys go on Amazon and get the Metallica playlist.
And you guys, I was just looking it up, and it turns out that Metallica is in this thing called the Big Four with Megadeth, Slayer, and Anthrax. It's crazy, man. Check those bands out.
Well, if you like this content, subscribe to the channel. It turns out that 155 million% of you aren't subscribed to this channel, so check it out. If you need to know, it's that button right there. If you see my stupid face, but my dog's nice face. She's got a nice face. You click on that, or you click on the subscribe button, whatever. If you like this video, please like it. It helps it get into the YouTube algorithm. And much love. Give people hugs. Tell people you love them. I love you guys. You know, I know we don't know each other that well, but I'm a grown man. I can say that. I love a lot of stuff. I love Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. I love Crunch Wraps from Taco Bell. I love you guys. I love coffee. I love iced coffee. I don't love spiders. I don't love working out that much. But hey, maybe working out one day. I don't love running. I don't love Leprechaun 4 in space. I love Evil Dead 2. You know, love stuff. Call your dad. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. If Dad's not with us anymore, I'm sorry. I don't want to rub it in. But I'm going to go hang out with my dad now. Honestly. I swear to God. You know, it's what I do. All right.